behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Well, I don't suppose you guys were wanting something a little bit new and different, were you? Well, I guess we're going to try it out anyway. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Driver, joining you guys here today as we are live at Phoenix Raceway right now in the Rallycross section. Time to put some Subarus, some Volkswagen Beetles as well onto the track, and some Hondas if they decide to show up here onto the race surface as we're preparing for the battle at hand between these drivers. The field is set in motion and square to go. We've got a heavy hitters laundry list of drivers ready to go at it, as currently they're under their qualifying section here, preparing up for the heats here coming up in just a minute. As next driver, unfortunately, looks like he's not going to quite get the heat start he was looking for there. A little trouble down there as he gets a little too loose here. We'll see if he fires back up. Looks like he won't fire back up here, so let's go ahead and bring him in right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here, Nick Shriver joins us in real quick. Nick, may not have been the best start there for the qualifying section here, getting ready for the heats, but the heats are coming up here in just a minute. Kind of your thoughts on what's about to come forth to this track and this team here.
I know we're all about to be in one heat race together, I believe, so that one's... It's going to be a quick night. Hopefully I can get towards the front to score more points, but if I'm in the back, I guess I'll start up front. Not really sure.
Not really.
Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say not really sure, but I mean, how difficult is it for you and this team to really try to have to figure out how to run around here at Phoenix? Because there's a lot of tricky sections here, to say the least, isn't there?
My biggest problem on this track is trying to get over that jump because it likes to throw me to the right. If you see my qualifying, I went to those blue barriers real quick. That's my worst section on this track.
Yep, we did see it here. We did see it get a little too on the nose on the jump there. So we'll see how it all plays out, though. Nick, we do appreciate your time. Best of luck here, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next driver, ladies and gentlemen, on the line here, getting us a little to hawk as we now bring in our next driver on the list here, Nicholas Lamb, joining us now on the track here. Nicholas, qualifying on a 5th slot here, and I know that 37 Subaru, you've really got a lot on your plate, a lot on your mind. How is things feeling for you right now?
The car feels pretty good. This is a tough field here tonight. I'm hoping to finish in the top 5, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I'll say right now, anyway, it looks like things could be a little bit of a top 5, top 10 section for you. Do you think maybe at least that'll kind of work out for you here?
What was that?
Do you think the car will hold up at least for a top 5, you think?
Yes, I do. I think it'll hold up for a top 5.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely a good handling car, for sure.
For sure there. All right, well, Nicholas, best of luck, buddy. We'll just get you down to the heats. And Nicholas right now getting ready to go here for the action, ladies and gentlemen. So let's set it on down. Heat number 1 to the gridding order here. Let's take a look at our lineup. On the start, Jacob Lamb will be piloting on the nurse spot. Is outside with Nicholas Shriver. No relation to me. Row number 2, Omar Frises is going to be outside of him with Nicholas Lamb. And then we'll have Marcus Policio. And drive him on down with Russell Peterson. And row number 4, our final starters here, Alexander Abadi. And his outside will be Josh Clogg. So your starters are now ready to go here. The action is set in motion. The field ready to go here out of the gate. They are ready, and they're ready to whip these things up into top-notch shapes here. They've got a 10-minute time limit here to get about 5-6 laps in this one. Here we go as we line them up. Waiting for the green flag start. You hear the drivers kind of muscling these engines up, ready to put them all straight down into the floorboards. Put the pedal to the metal here as we get them lined up. Now gridding order has begun. Jacob Lamb did not make the call, so they'll fire him off here to the run. And the green's out, lights pop down, and they're on their way. Entering into the first corners here, the first two turns are going to really be a bit of a testament to strength and weaknesses here, and it's going to be an early advantage for Nicholas Shriver. The 41 early gets a good jump. Squired away, to the Joker lap they go. Marcos Policio right now already swinging it down into the turns with Alexander Abedi right behind him here. Next driver going to try to opt to stay in towards the inside run there. The Joker lap is where you get all your speed and all your runoff here, to say the least. Rallycross Racing in Phoenix, definitely a tough ordeal, especially even more difficult when you have that Joker lap really to fire with and use up to advantage points is here. Fire them on down out for corner number 3 and 4. Here they come on by, and now Alexander Abedi have taken the Joker lap, now trying to stay in the rhythm and stay in the momentum as Jacob Lamb still without a track, still without a car here. Marcus Policio currently a full lap around here and still holding the line down for the race lead. Nicholas Lamb trying to hang on to this car here. He's setting out a top 5 under the hood, ready to wheel and deal. He's doing that and then some as Russell Peterson in the number 9 struggles a little bit through the corners here, struggling a little bit to get some speed going. It's not easy to run these kind of courses. It's not easy to kind of run these kind of tracks. Remember, you got to really tighten these things up, bolster them down, and just hope and pray these things can grip as much as they run. And remember, Nicholas Shriver has yet to take the Joker lap, if you will, so he's waiting it out. Oh, but Marcus Policio right off of the jump into the 2 of the blue barriers. Into the blue barriers, and he lost all that momentum and all that speed he was grabbing on earlier. Josh Clogg now, all of a sudden, he intertwines. He takes the race lead away. And Marcos knows that that Joker lap is gone. He cannot take another one. Nicholas Shriver way behind the field. He's got trouble and damage right now. He needs to start thinking about when it's going to be time to hit the Joker. 2 to go. White flag will come on by next time on around. Clogg literally driving this thing into the ground. Dirt in his shirt, slinging it, sliding it on by. Doing what he needs to do to hang in there. Marcus Policio right now doing much of the same as our field continues to garner through the turns. You can see that sweeping dirt side track, and they're probably, in my opinion, the toughest part of this track to master and conquer, while also trying to avoid the troubles that involve literally that being a bit of a penalty zone down there. White flag is out now though for Clogg. He has the race lead. He's been locked and loaded from this one from the get-go. And he's going to stick to the momentum, stick to his guns. Nicholas Shriver so far back though, really, he lost all that power and all that run from that little spin around he had earlier. And I would say Marcus Policio is going to have a lot to learn from that little hit he took into the blue barriers, as Josh Clogg will bring it right off down off the final section. Corners here. Clogg is going to take it home to victory lane. He is your first winner, heat number 1's winner, and the victor here. Alexander Abedi will come away second, and Marcus Policio will go third. 4-2 Omar Friesas. Remember, guys, there are some international flavors in here, so I am a little bit bad on my international names. Again, I've had troubles before. I will admit that up front. So, pretty wild little start here. We'll see how much these guys learn from their mistakes and learn from this one. We're going to our consolation now, so the B main is up next. 6 drivers will take into this one here. 6 drivers should come out of it. Jacob Lamb, Nicholas Shriver, Russell Peterson, Nicholas Lamb, Omar Friesas, and Marcus Policio will determine our next starting spots line up here on this one. B-Main coming up at you now. Get them down on the track here and send them on by. Ready for the green flag restart. Green flag's out. We're underway. Only 3 laps in this one, so it's really all about temperamentals and control here. Keep the tempers at a controlled bay. Keep them out of the troublesome zones. All drivers leaning down towards the ends here. Some going towards the Joker lap already. Nicholas Shriver leads them in, and Omar Friesas was right behind him. But that was a big little bobble there going into that turn. He smashed the wall a little bit to give himself a little bit of a troublesome area there. Now has to try to recoup and regather here as Nicholas Lamb all over the place through the swinging dirt turn. Policio already leaving him high and dry. Not worried too much about him, I would say. Looking to get up there to Omar and Nicholas Shriver. He currently holds down the third place run. Remember, he did not take the Joker out of the gate this time, so he has that Joker squared up and ready to use on Nicholas if he's not careful here. Nicholas, whoa, way too far wide into the turn there. You saw that car literally drive it way far out, and that's not a good move. You need to keep it tight and smooth and controlled and silky and smoky runs. You can't lose the momentum in those turns. You really got to stay focused and really stay close together with it. Felicio now back at Omar here. Freezes right now trying to hold his line in, trying to hold him back. And here comes Marcos literally running it through the Joker. Through the Joker lap he goes. He gets ahead of Nicholas Shriver. Looking to try to get ahead of Russell Peterson now in the number 9. Hard on the end, hard on the turn. Trying to get him, but Russell, with the presence of mind, blocks the run and defends it. But Marcos has all the power, sweeping through the turns, air to the checkers. It was not enough. Great move by Marcos, but it was not enough to take down Russell Peterson. Peterson making up for the mistakes earlier. Great run and finish to him. Alright, we are under warm-up session now, so we'll let the drivers kind of settle this one up a bit here as we now bring in Nick Shriver once get back on the call here. And Nick, great job there in the B main and pretty solid racing, but in the heat, what happened down there, sir? It looked like something went wrong and kind of got you in a bit of a troublesome slot there.
I went way too wide on that turnaround and pulled the e-brake and held it way too long. And I just couldn't get any rotation.
Yeah, it seemed like that was definitely a bit of a problematic zone there. I'm kind of looking at things too here. When you were in that e-brake spot there, how bad does that e-brake need to be kind of controlled and handled to make sure you can keep that sweeping turn as close to the ends and close to the corner as you can without being pushed around a bit?
Most of our people don't use an e-brake here. I thought it might give me a little more of an advantage to try and get rotation early on, but I probably shouldn't have. If I could have just used the throttle. That was a mistake on my part.
Hey, at the end of the day, though, you learn from your mistakes and you learn from those situations here. This was definitely a good learning tool for you and your crew. So, what can we expect of you coming in the A main?
Not to use the e-brake, most likely. We're going to try and drive with the throttle a little bit more.
Definitely a smart strategy. Definitely going to be a very unique strategy to stay up on the show. Nick, good luck down there, bud.
Thank you, buddy.
Next driver, ladies and gentlemen, here on the call, on the lineup here, ready to fire him on down once again. Nicholas Lamb right now in the number 37, currently finishing up his run here on the warm-ups. Nicholas, right after the heats in the B main there, things definitely looked a bit troublesome down there for you in the 37, but how does the track feel now after all the madness that kind of just went through for you?
It's all right. It just was I made a couple mistakes and I just had to recover from it. And I just don't have much time as these guys do. It's a lot of tough competition out here this season.
Really is indeed. Now, obviously, going into this one as well, I have a feeling that definitely it's going to be a bit of a war zone out here in the A main, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's going to be a lot of tight racing, battling up front, battling in the back. Pay attention, people out there watching. It's going to be some tight racing here.
You heard it here first, folks. The man himself, Nicholas Lamb, saying to the fans, we're ready to go racing and we'll run him to the ground. Nicholas, thank you for your time, sir. Nicholas Lamb, ladies and gentlemen, piling up the number 37, and really just to give you guys kind of a brief and inside look at really just why this track is so tough. We're going to go on board here with Marcus Pelucio, and you can see right here, these first 4 turns, in my opinion, are the absolute toughest and the trickiest of this track. You can say what you want about that turnaround in this corner right here, but you could always get away with some little hiccups there and actually use the asphalt as a bit of a grip zone to use up for later. But this jump here is what really a lot of drivers say is the toughest. I personally think it's the first 4 turns, which is that sweeping handed turn going in from turn number 2 down into then that little swivel turn, and then the big jump area where you have to kind of cut it close, cut it tight. When you want to talk about hard racing, you can bump and beat and bang a little bit up there, and it will make drivers get a little bit squirrely and a little bit all over the place. So expect that to happen, and expect a lot of guys try to grip sooner rather than later, if at all possible. But as we heard from Nicholas Shriver, don't expect anyone to use that e-brake anytime soon. With throttle rhythm, yeah, it's going to be tricky out here. I've only got my only wins in Rallycross racing from this track, actually. And it was back with those Pro 2 light trucks. I can tell you right now, man, those things, they were difficult to kind of maneuver around here, and they're very tricky to figure out. But once you got it dialed in, you got it set up, man, was it set up and was it ready to go? That is kind of the big picture and the outlier a lot of these guys are going to have to watch out for here. Oh! It looks, I guess now the actual, I didn't even realize those actually moved now. I was expecting them to not give an inch here, but now they actually move. That's kind of a scary thought. Now, iRacing, you guys let me know when you start changing these things up. Who started to change it to where those things actually move? Because usually when running on regular races, those things never move. So that's just a bit of a shocker here to see on the broadcast. That's something new for you at home. Alright, race fans, we're ready to go. Yay, main event is coming at your way now. Field will get squared up and ready to go here for this one. This is going to be a star-studded lineup. We've got 8 of the best ready to pour on the throttle, pour on the momentum. And here's how we're going to do it. With the field now set, here is your starting lineup. Jacob Lamb in the 20 will be the number 1 seed is out, and then there will be Nicholas Lamb in the number 37. And then it's going to be Omar Friesas in the 777, and then 41 and Nicholas Shriver. 383 and Marcus Policio will be in this matchup, and then the 9 of Russell Peterson. Your final starters in it all, the 99 Alexander Ebony, and his run off the outside or right beside him will be the 199 Josh Clogg. And now, for maybe the moment that we've all been waiting for here, it's the main event. Only 11 laps to the distance. Oh, the field is set to go. The field is ready. I hear the motors roar up. There's the lights. Flicker to the 1 you see now. Drop the lights. Drop the hammer. Down goes the run. Let's go racing. Here we come now off the first set. And Nicholas Lamb with the early advantage. Nicholas Shriver and Marcus Policio kind of crossing each other through. A little tag there from Nicholas Shriver there by Marcos. Marcos and all of them will swing him on down to the Joker lap. And Nicholas Lamb goes straight in for it first as one of our drivers goes straight off the top of the cliff. Upside down goes Russell Peterson, the number 9. You saw that on our camera in there. He went flipping right upside down, had nowhere to go, and end over end she went, did not hold that line in. Thankfully, he is okay. He's got the car refired and squared away. Unfortunately, though, for Nicholas Shriver in the 41, same can't quite be said for him here. Trouble down there for that number 41 machine. As Alexander Ebony right now tries to remedy this race and try to get some speed going his way. He's hunting down Nicholas Shriver. He's hunting down that boy as well. Oh, and Nicholas Shriver straight off the jump, smashed right into the barriers there. The tire barrier gets another one and takes another one sole. And Nicholas Lamb, trouble entering into the sweeping dirt. The sweeping dirt turn ends up getting him all screwed up and kind of messed up a little around the track here. Omar Friesas right now is currently your second place man with Alexander Ebony trying to get right up there with him. 8 laps left to go here. It's anybody's game here. It's anybody's race. Omar Friesas right now trying to stick with it, trying to stay on the verge, on the momentum boost. Right now, the way we're looking at it, Josh Clogg and Russell Peterson have yet to enter into the Joker lap. There's going to be an interesting little substance here to see if he will go in there sooner rather than later. But a great side-by-side battle here ends up with the 777 spinned out right off the final corner. Before the finish, Alexander got a piece there of Omar, and Omar has not been able to refire. Gets it squared up. He's refired it. Now he's back out, but he can't get it squared up anymore. The car's got a problem with the steering handling now. And Alexander has taken that Joker, so now he's going to have to try to outrace and outpace Marcos Policio. Policio's not going to give him any inches here, nor is he going to give him any chances to breathe, much less be able to run this one at him. But I don't think Alexander seems to care very much. He's finding momentum when he can. You can see him trying not to spin the tires around here on the dirt, and then once he gets back on that asphalt, it just goes full hammer down to let the speed garner itself. What a great boost of speed for the Subarus. Marcos is in trouble. Alexander right behind him in a hard charge down for the battle. Battle for position here for the race lead. Marcos trying to hang on. Alexander trying to get him in that slide, trying to get him in that slot. This is the big turn coming up here. We'll see if he can hit him through. They are clipping the entire apron there off the fenders, off the corners here. We have only 5 laps to go. 5 remain here at Phoenix Raceway. The Rallycross boys are certainly putting up a fight, putting on a show. Meanwhile, behind him, we forgot all about Josh Clogg and that 199. He is making a beeline for the felines up front because like a cat, because he's not giving an inch to him. I can just see that beautiful look that iRacing gives Garner here to the Rallycross boys. The dirt swinging so far up there, and you can see there's actually a little windshield wiper ends there. That's because they can actually clean them up and get fixed around there. Alexander, though, that's just got to stay on the throttle here. He gets a penalty for jumping through the corners. No shortcuts here. He tried to get a run on Marcos, but he ended up driving a little too close to the apron. The tire spun out, and he got it in the dirt as well. When you're in the dirt and then you're mixing it in with some asphalt, let's just say it's not exactly the easiest to try to grip from that. Nicholas Lamb here in the 37, despite his little troubles earlier, spinning right out in that dirt sweeping turn of the Phoenix Raceway final corners. He was able to get it to the top 5. Nicholas Shriver, well, let's just say he's having all sorts of problems here, as well as Omar Friesas in that 70-77. A bit of a tough break there for both drivers and everyone involved there, but hopefully things get a little easier as Alexander kind of learned the hard way. Well, it's like that to try to work around those tires too. And you can just see the speed that Josh Clogg is really bringing up to the table into the fields here. Again, that's all just timing, strategy as well as making sure he doesn't burn up the tires and burn up the equipment here. And if you want to know something even scarier for Marcos, Josh Clogg has yet to use his Joker lap, so if he wants to, he can save that to the last lap and then just steal this from Marcos if he decides to. He's certainly playing patient, kind of playing possum with that 383. The 199 o'clock represented here. Usually when you hear the 199 car out on the track or a 199 bike out on the track, I think you guys might have an idea who that belongs to, but it usually has a little name by the guy of Travis Pastrana. Usually is the one that carries on that hallmark, that tradition. Clogg waiting it patiently as can be. He's got Alexander Ebony right behind him though in a strong heated battle here for the race lead. 3 cars in this one to win it. Clogg got a great turn off that end there, entering into the sweeper. Oh, Clogg a little loose though, a little bit tight on the edge. Marcos, great control and managing to get that right front tire clipped up on the apron as we go to the white flag this time on by. Oh, and Clogg now, look at this, straight to the right side. Huge move coming off. Marcos now straight down the right. Watch out for Omar down there though. Marcos has to back off. And Josh Clogg lost all that speed and all that momentum, but the good news, Marcos did, but the good news is for him, he doesn't have to worry about taking the jump. He goes to the Joker. The Joker lap belongs to Clogg, and patience perseveres in this one. Josh Clogg, the 199, will handily take this one home. Alexander Ebony and Marcos Pelucio go into a strong finish, but it's Josh Clogg that walks away with the W. Alexander Ebony, a strong showing, comes away here in second. Unreal. What a great race. Picture perfect timing and maneuvering around the track is what gave this win to Josh Clogg here. An impressive display and performance, to say the least. The 199 pulls this one into victory lane. Tire management, watching the dirt and hitting his corners just right. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the Rallycross world. And that was an absolute star-studded finish here for that 199. Clogg pops away with this one. What a great race. We'll take a look at our top 3 finishers here in a minute. Have a word in with them if they wish. But ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look now at your finishers in this one here. What a performance by everybody involved and really out on this track, to say the least. Great stuff here from everyone. Josh Claude comes away with the W. Alexander Ebony comes away second. Third to Marcos Palacio, excuse me. Fourth will go to Russell Peterson. Fifth to Nicholas Lamb. Sixth to Nicholas Shriver. Seventh to Omar Friesas. And, or Friesas. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Omar. You can feel free to let me know, by the way. And Jacob Lamb comes away 8th to round out the field. Well, Marcos will go into the top 5, and he'll take third away from this one here. He now joins me here, and here's your third place finisher here today. Marcos, congratulations on a third place finisher, sir. And what a wild, wild race night you had here down on the sandy pits of Avondale, Arizona. I had a feeling that you and Ebony were going to go to war with each other in those final corners, but it looked like the sweeper was where he kind of got the better of you there.
Look, Abedi and me, we are the best friends here, huh? And I'm so happy.
So, very happy to be indeed here. I know definitely was a bit of a hard run, a bit of a hard challenge, but nevertheless coming away with that third. Is there anybody you want to thank for that?
I can understand if you could speak a little bit slow.
Yes. Is there anybody you want to thank for the third place finisher today, Marcos?
No, I am appreciate to be the third
For sure.
behind Josh and Alex.
For sure there. All right, Marcos, we do appreciate your time here. Congratulations on this third place finisher, sir.
Thanks, dude.
Marcos Palacio right now coming away here as your third place finisher here today. But coming away second tonight is going to be Alexander Ebony. And Alexander, congratulations on a second place finish here. Like we just heard from Marcos, definitely good friends with each other. And you certainly put a fight in a boot or two to some of these boys as you're coming through these turns. And that sweeper, like we just mentioned to Marcos, was where you got him at. What was it like there to battle out with some of these guys here on this track?
Yeah, that was really fun. The inverted format that you start last when you have a good heat race, that was really challenging. So he was in front of me. I knew the victory would be between Josh Clark, me, and Marcus. And yeah, and I was stuck behind him, and I tried hard to pass him, and I couldn't do it in the first laps. And then in the last lap, I said, no, I have to do it, and I just did it, and I was happy I could do it.
For sure there. I know it was a bit of a wild, little bit of a wild guessing game, a little bit of a hardship and control end state, but I mean, really, as we kind of keep going through these races, kind of keep going through these days, I mean, how difficult is it going to be here as the season kind of winds down to really stay up in the top brackets with these guys?
There are so many talented guys here in this Citadel League that it's going to be really, really hard. I was kind of lucky today that I could be in front. Yeah, and I'm really happy, and I will try to do my best in the next race, and hopefully I will be on the podium again.
For sure there. All right, well, Alexander, as you come away here with the second place finish in the podium, is there anybody you want to thank for this one?
Yes, I want to thank Luis Nunez, who's my coach, for doing such a good job of preparing me for the races. Man, you're the best. And yeah, I want to thank everybody who's in this league, like Marcus and Josh and Nick Schreiber, for putting this up. Thank you so much.
For sure there. Alexander, congratulations, sir. Thanks for coming on by today.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Alexander Ebony, ladies and gentlemen, comes away here as your second place finisher. But out of it all, we're going to take a listen to the 199. Josh Clark is your race winner. And Josh, congratulations on that, sir. And really, this was a fight and a half, but it looked like, from my vantage point, you saved a little bit of your best for last there. Palacio was not expecting you to come through and take this one for charge. And you left that Joker lap left alone. You still made a pass on him, entering into the final two turns. I mean, the first two turns, excuse me, of the final lap. What was it like there just for you to kind of take that into advantage and then use that Joker lap to win this one?
Yeah, thank you very much. It was definitely a good battle. My plan was just kind of stay reserved, stay out of traffic as much as I could, do the opposite of whatever the main group did on the first lap, and lots of them took Joker, so I decided to hold on to it. I came out with clean air and held that. And then stayed up with the front guys and just had a good race with them. You know, I knew I had the Joker in my back pocket, but I just wanted to do some good racing, and it turned out well.
Yeah, for sure there, and if I know with a lot on the line, a lot at stake here coming forward from the season. I know we're only about 2 races in for the points race, but does this kind of give you guys a bit of a boost of confidence for the team to really start striving a little bit harder and get a little bit better out there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, with my work schedule, I'm not going to be able to make all the races, so it's good to maximize on the ones that I can. And it was, I think it was a clean sweep tonight, so that's definitely a solid start.
I would certainly say so indeed. As you come away here with a race win, my friend, who do you want to thank for that?
Fiercely Forward crew. Um, our a couple of our different drivers won the IVRA, one of the Club Sport Series championships today. So congrats to everybody on the team. Lots of effort put in everywhere, so it's nice to see it pay off.
Absolutely. Josh, congratulations, sir. Well deserved and earned.
Yep, and thank you for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner today at Phoenix, it's going to be Josh Glogg in the 199. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to stop our coverage for today here for the Citadel Racing, Rallycross Racing. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for all that's tuned on in. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. Something new, a little more refreshing. And we'll see you guys next time when the green flag flies high.